Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here at the Galaxy with God Love Notes. Of course, I want to thank you all for being a part of my journey, a part of my soul tribe, a part of this family. I really appreciate you one and all. Can you imagine it's almost Christmas? But I thank you so much for being a part of this journey for the past few years. I really appreciate you, my new and returning subscribers. Thank you so much for your energies here. Thank you for your love and support during the year. I really appreciate you one and all. I cannot give a speech, but I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Right. Not doing a reading right now because for the past few weeks I am not led to use the cards for now, but eventually I will. It's just that I'm trying to get a lighter energy. You have to try and preserve your own energy so you can give to others. So if I exhaust all my strength, I don't have any to give. And these readings are sometimes really tough. They're not easy to deliver. That's what you see in these cards. You wish not to even say it, but you just got to. But I thank you so much for bearing on with me. Now, I have a little message I need to convey, but not everyone will understand this because not everyone has the chance or the opportunity to go through this. I mean, you could be beaten up by things, situations, circumstances, life, people, and you want to quit. You want to be not good to them as you used to be, but you cannot quit being good. You have a baton, a relay of this life that you have to travel on. And as much as you're tired of everything that you have to undergo, overcome, you are burnt out to the point where you feel as if you're at the end of the road, the end of the rope. You want to let go now. But listen, you cannot let go because God will not allow you to let go because this is your journey. In a time like this, you were selected, handpicked, chosen to undergo whatever situation you're undergoing, and you will overcome. As I said, you want to quit so badly. Persons around you, left, right, and center, is able to quit whatever they're doing, but you cannot because God has His hand on your life, and your life is supposed to be an example for others to follow. So even though you might be tired, weary, burdened by doing good for people, especially who never even turned your eyes to say thank you, much less to return the favor. Well, listen, as even though when we do things, we're not looking back for things in return, of course, but man, when you keep on giving of yourself, giving everything you have, especially to ungrateful people, you understand where I'm coming from. You really want to stop, but God said, no, you cannot stop because this is your purpose. You are aligned for this to overcome. You have to undergo this for you to grow from it. But don't be dismayed because whatever you're going through, God is going to reward you for your faithfulness. As I said, you were handpicked for this, and whatever you have to undergo, whatever sleepless nights you have to go through, whatever pain, stress, it's going to be, they're going to be a payoff for you. You're going to be compensated, in other words, for going through everything. Now, so as I said, you really want to let go so badly to the point where it might even create sleepless nights for you, wondering what have you done, why you have to undergo this, why you have so many questions. But the truth is, you might not even know why you're going through everything. But just know that this is God's will for your life. This will make you stronger. As hard as it might be, you have to go through the toughest times alone. Let me repeat this. You have to go through the toughest times alone. Because when you go through the toughest times, standing alone, it makes you stronger. You're no longer afraid to stand by yourself. You will no longer be afraid to be listening to your own intuition. You will no longer be afraid to trust in God because He was the only person that could have taken you through all this hardship. You know of yourself, you are weak, and for you to go through that hard times, it got to be a divine intervention. So never you give up on self. Be kind to yourself. Moreover, be kind to yourself. Change does not come overnight. It takes time. They always say, for something to become a habit, you have to do it at least 3 weeks, 21 days. And then over time, becomes a habit. Some person will be longer. Some person will take years to overcome because everyone has a different journey. Not everyone is designed to walk on your path. So embrace your journey. Be kind to yourself. Appreciate each step you make towards success. The journey of 1,000 miles begin with the first step. So be kind, be gentle, be appreciative of everything that you have gone through because at the end, you're going to realize all this was meant for your good, your growth. So you might be in the position of wanting not to continue good or being good to people because they've been bad to you. But listen, there's a part in the Bible that says, if you do good to the people who do good to you, what, I can't quote it, but what benefit can you get from that? As human, we sometimes get tempted to be what we want to be or what everyone else is doing. Say someone is going into, say, nursing. You want to be a nurse so bad. You do everything to be a nurse, but at the same time, there's a roadblock for you not to go there because sometimes it's not God's will for your life. You only want to be there because of whatever ego is telling you to do it because your friends are doing it. God wants you to be a preacher, for example, not a nurse, but a preacher, and you're trying to divert from the path that God has for you. But just keep in mind, whatever God's plan for your life, it's gonna be so. We cannot fight His plan because it's not our plan will not work over His. He might give us a time to feel as if we are fulfilling our own dreams, but eventually, you're going to have to divert to what God wants us to do or what God created us here to be. So be kind to yourself. Never you quit, especially on yourself. Be kind to yourself. Changes will not come overnight. I know we wish we could just snap a finger and things just go in the opposite direction, in a positive direction. But growth takes time. Just like planting a seed, it takes years to grow into a big tree, just like our faith. But every day, they say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. So every step towards growth is a success. So continue believing in yourself, believing in a higher power, because the more faith you have, the more strength you have in your faith in God, you will prevail. So, collective, I want to thank you again for joining me here at the Galaxy with God, love knows. And if my reasoning, let's call it that, resonates with you, please let me know by commenting down below, liking, sharing, or even subscribing. Thank you so much. But if you don't get anything from what I'm saying, please remember, never you quit on yourself. Never give up. Even if you want to give up, God will not allow you to give up because this is your journey, your calling for your life at this moment in this life. So, good night. Happy holidays.